We got 1, 2, 3 different knives we're going to be checking out in this video. What is going on? Miguel guys here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we have 3 different knives, 2 from Kizer, 1 from Trivisa. We're going to be checking out together. We're going to go in this order. Links in the description and pinned comments if you guys want to check it out. Those help out the channel when you use those links, was entirely up to you. Of course, at 0 extra cost and highly appreciated. That being said, your time is valuable, so we're going to jump right in. We got the Abrams, a Jordan Coleman design here from Kizer, part of their June 2026 release, by the way. 3.12 inches on the blade, 14C28N steel with a stonewash finish, and Norplex, Ultrex, micarta, and G10 handle. All right, a little bit of everything. Let's take a look here. This is part of the Vanguard series as compared to the Bladesmith series, which we'll check out next. We got a sticker, we got the fixed blade, and then we should have some more goodies here underneath. It passes the quality check, by the way. Paperwork, we got the sheath, we'll come back to that in a second. Wiping cloth and silica candy. Pretty typical, usual Kizer unboxing for the most part. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the Abrams. And I gotta tell you, that is a very interesting looking fixed blade. We're gonna break it down a little bit. First things first, I'm gonna give it a nice little wipe here on the blade so we can see that stonewash finish on that what seems to be a clip point blade, if you ask me. We have a flat grind with a very interesting line here. They could have made it a full flat grind, but instead, right, the false grind here kind of goes in this angle, or you can see that line there. Interesting design choice. We got a full tank construction unless it's skeletonized, right? I wonder if that's the case. Future me double check on the site. We got the Norplex micarta in sort of like a brown tone. There's a blue G10. I do like that sort of color combination there, to say the least. And then we have TA hardware there on the one side. So the non-show side has like blue G10 sort of filler circles, right, for a nice and flush look. And then we have TA on 1, 2, 3 different places. Linear hole solution back there, and even some jimping towards the back. Very interesting design. Got this cutout here, I'm sure, for your index finger. Yeah, that's exactly where this one feels at home. Index finger in the cutout, all other fingers follow suit, and you're good to go, ready to get some work done. The blade geometry, right, if you cover this, it kind of gives me like Savivi Sendi Band Banter's design, sort of aesthetics there. But, you know, this is a fixed blade, it's a little bit taller. And we are rocking 14C28N steel, everyone's favorite budget steel these days. Reverse grip feels nice and solid. We got the Friday night gas station fighting grip, feels good. Pacol grip feels good too. We do have a drilled little plunge grind situation, so you should not be getting a smile anytime soon. The neighbors decided this would be a great time to mow the lawn, but we're gonna keep trucking through here on this video. Hopefully it doesn't come to the audio all that much. I gotta tell you, ergos are pretty comfortable, nice and contour all around, and even has a little bit of a detail. What do we got here? Arc plus iron. Right, that's gotta be somewhat of a reference to something. I do like the jimping. Jimping looks pretty good, and otherwise a very interesting looking fixed blade. Kizer does really good with their fixed blades, and obviously, let's see here. Scientific nail test, pretty good. Feels toothy, ready to get some work done. Quick overall length, rapid fire, 7 inches, right? Like Savivi Elementum Corshaw League size. 3.15-ish on the blade. Cutting path is 2.75-ish. And then that handle is going to be a whopping 3.8-ish, 3.85 inches on the handle. As far as the sheath experience, pretty straightforward. We got the button spring loaded here. Buckle, if you would, with multiple different holes all throughout. You can customize this one to your heart's content if you want to mount it one way or the other, horizontal or vertical. It only has holes on the one side of the sheath, not the other side, just for reference, but it's still doable. This one's going to be your adjustment screw, right? How tight or loose do you want your sheath experience to be? But other than that, yeah, you could configure this guy multiple different ways, especially with all these different holes and possible combinations you have inside. Works pretty good for a belt or a backpack or anything else pretty much that you can strap this thing to. And as far as going into the sheath, hold on a second, hold the phone. All right, what's the password? Are we too tight? Oh man, that was a little tight right there. Okay, perfect example here for me to really quick grab a Phillips head bit here. Use my Drive-R-Saurus bit driver here from Kansept EDC, link down below. And then let me just try to loosen up this guy a bit here. Is that what it is? Hopefully. Let's see. All right, that's a little better. Definitely got some tension going in and out, that's for sure. Just know you're gonna be able to really build that tension to be able to send the sheath flying at a moment's notice. But yeah, Kizer does pretty good with their sheath overall, right? Good budget sheath there for a fixed blade. and that is the Abrams. Pretty straightforward fixie here. We got multiple different variants. We have a premium one with 3V. That one's gonna have matte DLC and rich light and carbon waves on the handle. Under 3 ounces on the weight. It's gonna be the lightest weight one, 3.94 ounces, and $99.95 will be the price. There are gonna be two 14C 28N versions. The one I'm looking at here and a black G10 one, it looks like. This one has stone wash. There's a satin finish version, and both of these are going to be around 315 ounces and 3.42 ounces to be exact. So $69.95, $65.95. So you got some options right there. If you want a more budget-oriented one, or if you want a tough one, 3V is a tough steel. So if you want a little bit more premium, just maybe what, 30-ish more dollars or so, they got that option for you. So you got something to choose from. And 3V is a very tough steel, but it's not corrosion resistant. Definitely that DLC, matte DLC coat is going to help a lot. That being said, let's go ahead and move on to the next knife here. We got a Bladesmith series. You know this one's going to be a good one here. We got the Bada Bing Bada Boom Momo Fix 3. It's going to be a Momo Fixed Blade. I like that. And they put 3, kind of giving you a ballpark of the inches. So it's like a 3.2-inch blade. That's at least what I'm assuming they're doing there. It is a Vladimir Legachev design. We got Take Fu. Oh, now we're just getting wild here with these things. Take Fu, Kung Fu, VG10 Damascus, Acid Wash and Stone Wash, and a Kurudi wood and G10 handle. All right, now that I got all those big words out of the way and expanded my English dictionary, or should I say vocabulary a little bit, let's see what we got going on here. Ooh, baby, we got a sticker. We got the Momo Fixed Blade, which I said a while back, it should always be made into a fixed blade at some point or another. Got the sheath, wiping cloth, we got silica gel and paperwork. All right, those are your usual stuff there. But when the Momo was first introduced some time ago, everybody was like, man, kitchen knife for EDC, sign me up. It was a pretty large folding knife for what it was. This is the 14C 28N version, the OG. They actually dropped some other ones later down the line with different steels, more affordable and whatnot. This one has the aluminum handles. But yeah, quite the size. I mean, even, you know, we can tell it's already going to be bigger than the fixed blade. I think the fixed blade is going to be more like the mini. But yeah, this thing was a hit from the very beginning. Very capable knife for the price. Awesome size to it. But here we go. Let's take a look at the Momo Fix 3. The one thing that really stands out right away is that Damascus pattern. I mean, that looks pretty epic. Take a look. Pretty wild there. And then it's a little different here towards the edge. All right, very tastefully done. Looks very, very nice. And yeah, we can see some of the layers here on the spine and even back here throughout the blade. The Momo has a beautiful drop point blade with a very pokey tip, right? For any tip work or anything like that, it's going to do pretty good. We have a flat grind. We have plenty of belly for tabletop cutting. It is going to be an absolute excellent slicer, without a doubt. Then we have a little bit of jimping here towards the handle area, both in the tang of the blade and into the G10 portion. So here's the G10 portion. This is the Kurudi wood. Looking pretty interesting, I'll tell you what. TA hardware, right? About 3 of them on each side. And then the tang is also your lanyard solution back there for my lanyard people. I mean, everything just holding true to the folder counterpart. Now, I'm not sure if I had a Momo Mini at some point, and then I ended up giving it away or what it was. But here's the regular size Momo folder. Obviously, quite the size. The Fixed Blade 3 is going to be much smaller, coming in at a whopping almost 7.5 inches overall length. 3 1/4 on the blade, 3 1/4 on the cutting path-ish, and then just a hair under 4 1/4 inches on the handle. Just for giggles, this thing is going to be 9.5 inches. It's over 9,000, if you know what I mean. By the way, if you got that reference, you're a real G. But yeah, needless to say, ergos are going to be very, very good. Solid full 4-finger grip. It can even accommodate larger hands. Got handle here for days. Reverse grip. Yeah, that feels nice. Friday night gas station fighting grip. That also feels good. The Picot grip, I don't know, puts your palm a little bit closer to the blade there. I don't feel that as comfortable, but yeah, very capable fixed blade for sure. Pretty lightweight also. We get the sort of carbon fiber veneer sort of layer on the Kydex sheath, indicating a more premium knife. That's how Kizer does it. Good experience going in and out. No rattle of any kind. And again, if you wanted it tighter or looser, you could just adjust this Phillips screw right there. Same universal spring-loaded button clip here. Multiple different adjustments, holes. You could do this horizontal carry, vertical carry, diagonal carry. I'm kidding. Maybe not diagonal carry, but It's possible. Man, you can maybe pull it off. That's your homework, right? See if you can pull off a diagonal carry. But yeah, it's very convenient, very easy to use. Or, I mean, you could always mount your favorite aftermarket clip. You want to go OT clip, go for it. I mean, it is your fixed blade. Who am I to tell you what to do? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, pretty good experience. We got a drain hole right here on the non-show side, and the sort of carbon fiber veneer looking finish to it looks pretty good. Now, there are going to be multiple versions to the Momo here, Momo Fix 3. We got the Takafu, which is the one we're looking at. This one's going to be around $109.98. We have an S35 VN version with a satin finish, Norplex Ultrex micarta and carbon fiber. That one's going to be $119.98. And then I want to say these are your two budget options right here. We have AEBL steel on both, and then we have micarta and G10 here and G10 on this one. Stone wash and black PVD coating. You can see the weights on each one, $64.95 and $64.95 on both of those. So you got quite a bit to choose from, right? Do you want a more budget one around the $60-ish mark? Do you want a more premium version around the $120-ish mark or so? Definitely got those options. So I feel like that's where Kizer does really, really good, right? Giving you a model, and then if you like it, well, you got options. You could, you don't have to pick the most premium one. You could pick or choose the more affordable one. But hey, if you really, really like it and you want to swing at the more premium, expensive one, if you like the materials, if you like the steel, handle materials, all that, then you obviously can get the more premium counterpart. So you got options. The ball's in your court. If you like it, obviously, it's best to have all those choices than to be limited to, say, a premium version without an affordable version or vice versa. So there you go. That is the Momo Fix 3. Making a great debut here as a fixed blade in the channel. But here we go. We're going to wrap things up with a Trivisa knife. This one's called the Pumpkin CG. It is not anywhere near Halloween season, but yeah, we're going with Pumpkin. 14C 20N steel with carbon fiber G10 handle. Okay, they put super glue on this one. What's going on? Now, I'll tell you what, that carbon fiber handle is going to look pretty interesting. If I can get in here. I mean, these boxes are so snug. That is crazy. We got the Batwing. We got the Lacerta stickers, which, funny enough, I actually have them right here on the table. This is the Lacerta. It was design from Trivisa here. Content on it in the channel if you guys want to learn more. And I also got the Batwing. I recently checked it out here in the channel on a recent upload. Absolutely check it out if you're interested. I love the sort of Nessmuck Warncliffe looking blend we got going on here. Can't recommend it enough. I'll go ahead and link these below as well if you guys want to check them out. But stickers are the way. We got a wiping cloth. We got some paperwork. Then we got the knife. Ooh, man. And yeah, look at this cutout. This is a premium unboxing here for sure. We have the sheath. We'll come back to the sheath in a moment. Here is the knife. Okay. Speaking of Nessmuck looking geometries, take a look at the pumpkin here. Right, nice little quick wipe right there so we can get a good view at the blade. Let's check it out together here in its full glory, right? Definitely got this sort of Nessmuck looking sort of harpoon, right? I'm going to go with that. A little bit of a Nessmuck harpoon with a flat grind. Again, 14C 28N steel on this one. Beautiful stone wash finish, looking the biz. Almost looks spear point from this angle, if anything, but you got that nice little switch at the top that kind of overcomes the flat grind. And then you got the carbon fiber handle. Check it out here. We got the sort of flathead looking hardware with the see-through hole on both sides. A little bit of orange for your lanyard tube back there. A little pop of color. Full tank construction, right? Pretty straightforward handle here. But, oof, man, check it out. I'm able to get a full purchase, which is good. Average size hands. For people who are always complaining about blades or knives with an odd blade to handle ratio, we're going to get some measurements here in a moment, but I feel like we have way more blade than we have handle here. So this one should not be a problem with that whole blade to handle ratio argument. Let's see, really quick, overall measurement, 8 inches. We got a 4-inch blade, 4.05 inches on the cutting path, and the handle is 4 inches. Okay, so maybe I'm a little bamboozled here. It looks, tell me if it doesn't look like the blade is much bigger than what it is. That's crazy. So even though the handle is just a hair, we're talking like 1/8 of an inch longer than the blade, for whatever reason, with this kind of geometry, am I the only one? Am I crazy here for saying this? Let me know in the comments. But yeah, it looks a lot like the blade is actually bigger, longer than the handle itself. So how they managed to pull that off what in the optical illusion did they manage? Did they put on this knife to make it come across that way? I don't know, but yeah, definitely a full 4-finger grip, and there's still a little bit of handle there. If you have bigger hands, right, maybe a linear solution back there would help. I like the dual jimping zones. We got this bit right here, and then we got another bit further up on the blade. Check that out, looking good. I dig that. So you can lock up right here. Say you're doing some slicing, some cutting, right? Maybe you want to put your index finger like that and do some tabletop cutting, whatever it is you got going on with this belly, right? Definitely get some work done that way, without a doubt. So absolutely digging that. Handle feels nice and comfortable, good contouring all around. This curvature here translates into a very comfortable feel on the hand, and good thickness too. I dig that, right? Feels the hand pretty nicely. I like that the blade actually drops nice and low. Plunge grind situation about right there where my nail is, so you'll be able to sharpen this guy for quite some time before developing a smile. As far as a reverse grip, right, you should be good. You always want to be mindful of this corner edge right here, not to sink that into your own skin. Friday night gas station fighting grip, pretty solid. Picot grip, I wouldn't recommend it. Right, that corner right there is a little dangerous, if you know what I'm saying. And lastly, let's go ahead and check out the sheath situation. Now this one has holes on both sides, so that gives you a little bit more flexibility than just having them on the one side only. And you have a very similar clip to the ones that we've been seeing from Kizer. The only thing you're missing here is some additional holes in the middle here for added reach or what have you, but because they are doing the holes pretty spaced out, I mean, it doesn't really make sense for you to have the additional holes. It really wouldn't benefit you necessarily in any way, shape, or form. This one has holes closer together, so that makes a little bit more sense. But for what it's worth, similar spring-loaded button clip there, very universal. Or you could just mount your own favorite clip. Going into the sheath, in and out, right, pretty solid, no rattle of any kind. That actually feels pretty good. We got a drain hole right here towards the tip, and you can adjust the tension right here with this screw. Roll it back, roll it forward, adjust it to your heart's content. But yeah, this is a pretty epic looking fixed blade here from Trivisa. Absolutely a geometry you don't see every day, I can tell you that without a doubt. So talk about a little bit of everything from all kinds of blade geometries, materials, steels, two awesome bangers here from Kizer, the Abrams and the Momo Fix 3, also the Trivisa Pumpkin, all looking pretty wild, very capable fixed blades. So which one stood out to you? Which one's your favorite? Let me know. Let's hang out in the comment section down below. What do you like about them, love about them, anything you dislike about them, all feedback is welcome. Links to all these down below in the description and pinned comments so you guys can check them out. Prices, availability, and variants. It does help out the channel when you use those links, but that's entirely up to you and at zero extra cost, guys. Shout out to Kizer and Trivisa for sending these in for me to check out and share with you guys, and a huge shout out to my Patreon supporters and channel members for supporting what I do here. You guys are awesome. Thank you all so much. Check out this video I recommend to the left, or this video YouTube recommends to the right. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one, either this one or this one. Peace. 13 different prices, 42 different items being given away. You absolutely do not want to miss out. Shameless plug, check it out. Videos going on right now. The deadline is the end of June, and we're already in June, so you definitely don't want to miss out on that. Best of luck to everybody.